what would happen if you did not turn on your phone for 2 weeks? Airplane mode, in a mountain, you did not have any connection for 2 weeks to the internet. What would life be like? This is something that happened to me. Now, first week was by accident. I didn't have connection to the internet. And the second week was because I deliberately chose this. So 2 weeks was enough to change me. Now, 2 weeks, I'm not 4 years down the line from this. That was last week, these 2 weeks. But it's changed me considerably. I never considered myself addicted to my phone. I never was one of those people who spent 20 hours a day on their phone. It's never one, I was going to say it never once kept me up. But that's a lie. So, I'm actually going to tell this. So, I got these short form contents, they got me one time, and for like a week I was watching too much of it. I'm saying a few hours a day, and a few hours a day is a lot. Like, coming up to exams, these were a few weeks before exams, and you need to study, you need to pay attention, you need to have a long attention span. And even if it's not exams, I want to read a book, I want to work out, I want to do these things. But instead, I had 3 hours on my phone. And 3 hours isn't a lot in any, like if I were to read for 3 hours, well, it's actually 3 hours is a lot. But if I were to do it once, it wouldn't matter. But it was for the week. But there was this one day that I remember, and I was awful because I had watched all day. Beginning of the day, I'd watched it. Middle of the day, I'd watched stuff. Just shorts. I don't even remember what I was watching. And then at the end of the day, I went upstairs to go to bed, and I said to my family, I always go up, get changed, say goodnight to them, come back down. I went up at 8:30, and I came back down 9:45 to say goodnight to them because I'd spent that much longer on them, and I didn't go to bed till 10:30. Guess what? It's because I was on my phone. Not very smart, is it? So, when you're addicted to dopamine, you'll sacrifice your needs, your actual goals, your desires, your needs, and all these things that you want to be fulfilled because dopamine is so much better. These bad stimuli, these short form content. I think short form content is god awful. Long form content is fine. But for 2 weeks, if you didn't look at your phone for 2 weeks, this is what I'm promoting. Turn on airplane mode or something. Now, you can look at your phone. I'm not going to tell you never to. I'm going to say you can check your messages, but don't check groups. Groups. You're not going to join them. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. They're not going to do anything interesting. 2 weeks I went away. No one went out. No parties happened. No cool things happened. I missed out on nothing. Maybe I could have. Maybe it was a lucky 2 weeks, but it wouldn't have mattered. Don't do that. So don't check groups. If people send you a message, reply to it. That's fine, but only do it at a certain time. Don't be susceptible to a message at any point in time. Don't be free from as soon as you get up. It's from 6 until as soon as you go to bed at 8. I'm saying don't check your phone till like 11, and then don't check your phone any later than like 5. And I check it like 3 times in that time period. I wouldn't check it any time in between. So that's what you do with your messages. Now, for YouTube, all that just, it's hard to say uninstall it because that's like a bit of a bitch move. Like, just don't use it. This is what I'm going to tell you. 2 weeks, you can go without it. Now, long form content, okay. Hour long, yeah. Maybe for these 2 weeks, I'd avoid it completely though. After that, yeah. There's like loads of extensions. Hamza has a video on them. Just use those extensions, make YouTube real boring, then you'll only watch the stuff that you're supposed to. That alone would be great. But you're only going to do that after these 2 weeks. For these 2 weeks, you'll notice insane improvements. For me, I went from staying up too late. This was staying up too late because I was watching shorts. Like, do you think I'm any smarter because of it? Do you think I'm any better because of that? I'm not. No, I'm not. Till now, I'm not a patron saint, but it's midday. I'm recording this video I've worked out, I've journaled, I've read a book, I've eaten, I've done some housework, I want to do more work, and I want to do more work. And this is because of the dopamine detox. And this is 1 week after. 5 months down the line, you're going to be an unrecognizable person. The difference between you and where you want to be is, it's hard to say this, but the amount of bullshit tasks you do or time wasting you do versus your success, they're opposites. So if you waste all your time watching these short videos, you're not going to be very successful. So short videos up, success down. Short videos down, or time wasting, or dopamine, bad stimuli, anything down like that, success up. Will it make you a billionaire? No, I'm not going to promise that. Will it make you able to become one? Yeah. No super rich person, no super successful person is doing these dopamine tests. Do you think, good example, Alex Ramones, $100 million man. Do you think he's watching YouTube? Now, maybe he watches some long form content, probably a few podcasts. Now, I believe that. But do you think he hops on? Gonna relax for the night, watch some YouTube shorts. No, he doesn't. So you want to, just on that, you should emulate these people that you'd like to be more like. They don't do it, you don't do it. So for 2 weeks, you're going to go on this dopamine detox, and you're going to be like me, going from staying up too late, doing all these negative habits, to now easier to just, life's more vibrant. And like, you think less dopamine, less happiness, things just become better. You're going to work out more, you're going to do looks maxing more, you're going to do whatever these positive habits, because the alternative is sit there and do nothing. You don't ever have the option. Once, after this time period, for me, it got out of my brain that I'll just look at YouTube. It wasn't an option anymore. Took that habit out of my brain and instead replaced it with, what do I want to do? Do I want to work out? Do I want to shave? Do I want to take a shower? Which, by the way, I fucking didn't do some days because I was that addicted to the dopamine. I wouldn't shower. I'd be like, I need to shower. I'll do it after these. I didn't shower. Like, I'm not saying for a week straight, but it was like, I'll do it tomorrow. I did it yesterday. You're supposed to do it for your hair. I don't think you are, man. I think that's just cope. So, from doing this, dopamine stopping me from showering, quite literally being a stinky bastard, to which positive habit will I do? Not, I'll do this later, should I do this? Should I work out? Should I eat healthy? When will I do these tasks? That's a simple thing. When will I? Should I? That's what the dopamine detox. It is all well and good, but how are you going to do this? Well, there's 2 ways to do it. Number one is your beliefs. So if you go, which I'm trying to change here, which is, well, YouTube doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter if I do this. It fucking does. I've shown you that. You better believe it at this point, or I don't know. You're going to have to take some more time into this if you don't believe it already. You're going to have to look into it much more and make more videos on it. And then the other one is your conscious. If you're like just a habit of going, well, then you're brain dead. Like, now, this is no hate to you. I've been brain dead too. Like, I'm admitting to this. I have done this, but I've gotten better at it. And this is, your beliefs are one thing, and my beliefs were always strong, so I never had to worry about that. But the trait or the habit of just pulling it out and doing it. And now I kind of broke that accidentally through that 1 week, but the way you can do it is being conscious. And you're like, oh, fucking conscious. I'm not in a boxing ring, am I? And I haven't got hit by Mike Tyson. No, I mean conscious isn't knowingly doing every action. This isn't deciding which color of socks shall I wear. No. This is going like, you're deep breathing. So breathe, meditate, you're journaling, your focus, for me, breathing. So a good into the belly, pull down the diaphragm, breathe properly. Don't be insecure if you have a big belly. Insecurities are a common thing, but work through them. But just take some time, breathe in, breathe out. Fill your stomach, breathe out. Then do meditation, and this will kind of make you more conscious. This will take you from like going through your day like you're not even here. You're not even at the wheel. You're watching the wheel just turn itself. To sitting down, taking the wheel, braking, and going. Which direction do I want to drive this car? Do I want to go down the road I'm going and have absolutely no success in life? Or do I want to turn course and go the direction that my goals go? The place where few men are and that really we want to be at, where everything, it's hard to get to. I'm not promising that dopamine detox and you're a millionaire. It's going to still be hard to get to. It's going to make it easier with dopamine. But get at that wheel and drive. Drive to your goal. Now, if that goal's being able to buy a house clean off, retire your parents, pay for supplements, live a good life, travel the world, whatever these goals are, aim big and go to them. Get at the wheel and drive. And you do that by your meditation, your breathing, focusing up on the world, and getting away from that dopamine, getting away from those bad stimuli. Because those bad stimuli are going to bring down that. Now, imagine if I had not stopped and I'd been kept watching YouTube every night and I'd kept doing this. I'd be like people around me. I don't want to be like people around me. People around me aren't as good as me. I want to be better than them. People around me, like people in my school, they're not going to be billionaires. I will. I will become a billionaire. They won't. They might go, I want to be rich. I want to make money. I don't want to work for a living. I want to do this. But they don't want to work for it. I do. I'm going to. But if I hadn't changed that, I'd be like them. So change this now. Get off the dopamine. Change your habits. Start driving your own car and stop watching it being driven. Start driving it and stop watching it just go bouncing off the rails until it crashes. Take the car and drive it down and take the exit you want to. Get on the road you want to. Drive it properly. And then the belief is that if you don't do it, if you don't get the wheel, if you don't get at the wheel, is that you will end up like them. You don't get to success by being easy on yourself. You get to success by working hard and being hard on yourself and not accepting alright, decent, mediocre. You get to being the best by working as hard as possible and knowing that no negative habits can be allowed in. And you do that by being conscious and driving your own, being at the wheel and not just watching someone else drive. Alright, stay on your journey, be conscious, keep working hard, and get successful.